All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Kodiak Coos. What are we gonna do today, Gangaroo? We're gonna go over some key basic things that you must know if you're into archery. Stay tuned. All right, Gangaroo, we are en route to my archery spot. This road is really bumpy. Oh, peanuts. Aha. It appears we have discovered American goats. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, what does this say? Parking area, footpath to stands. What does that mean? Sure. All right, let's give it a shot. Hopefully we don't end up in Soviet prison.
Видно, что ты никогда не был на Камчатке, да? Этот человек не заслужил покойной смерти. Все, поехали. Вот я и отправил его в ад.
All right, now guys, listen up. It may be possibly too late to prepare for the deer season considering it's going on right now as we speak, but we're gonna do it anyways. Anywho, let's start off with the old recurve. What's a recurve? Here's a recurve. Now, if you're balling out on a budget and you're a professional, legit Robin Hood type archer, a recurve may be for you. Why is it called a recurve? No idea, but it's not a longbow, I know that. So, you may be thinking, Kodiak Coos, why is the string all loosey-goosey? Well, because if you keep the bow strung the entire time that you store it, it messes up these things, the limbs, you get it? So that's not neat, so make sure you always de-string her when you put her into the old storage. How do you string it? Let me show you. Okay, so I always carry this quiver, it's got everything I need in there. Open her on up. Fingers, we'll get to that in a minute. Oh no. We may be in some serious problems here. Dang it. Oh no. Serious issue. As we talk about being prepared, I apparently am not prepared. Shocker. I forgot the stringer, so we're gonna try to do this the old-fashioned way, because the show must go on. Well, that blows. Yeah. Make sure you remember your stringer. That's good. So we'll roll with the old compound bow here, Gangaroo. Now, whenever it comes to archery hunting, what's super important is distance, okay? Not talking about how far it is from here to Cancun, perhaps, but how far you are away from the old deer, or elk, or Godzilla, or whatever else you're hunting, okay? So, what I like to carry is a range finder. What does this do? It finds range. You get the point. It tells you distance. Super easy. All you do, click it on, point, click, and boom! It tells you exactly how far away it is. Now, typically me, I don't like to shoot at deer that are more than 30 yards, okay? I know some guys are a little more legit and they'll shoot out to like 50, 60 yards. Kodiak Coos ain't that legit. As you can see, I couldn't even get the recurve strung, but anywho. But I'm not that legit. So I'm comfortable at 30 yards, never shoot farther than you're comfortable with because you don't want to wound the animal. That would be bad, right? You want a quick, clean kill, right? That's gonna drop that animal after about 100 yards, right? Typically, if you hit them double lung shot, they'll run 100 yards and then fall over, and you're rootin' tootin' fantastic and blah, and you're golden. Now, what's our bow of choice here? We got the Stinger PSE. Not a huge fan of this bow. If you guys are new into archery, I guess this is the video for you, because there's a lot that goes into it. You have what's called your draw length, meaning when you pull the bow back, just envision I'm pulling the bow back. Here, I'll actually do it. Right? That distance, that's my draw length. I think mine's 27 inches, something like that. So you got to get measured. The tech bow dude at the bow place is going to measure it out and set it up for you. Next thing we have is our arrow rest. Now there's all sorts of different fancy options out there. I prefer the old whisker biscuit because the arrow sits in there nice and good. You don't have to worry about her falling off or nothing like that. But there's a multitude of different options. Is multitude a word? No idea, but it is now. I made it up. Or if not, sorry, whoever I stole it from. I guess Wikipedia, a dictionary, one of those. Anywho, sight selection. Very important. Now, again, I'm not the best bow hunter. I'm not going to lie to you. I've missed quite a few deer in my life archery hunting, but I never give up. Never give up, kids. Neither do I, and neither should you, ma'am. So sights, right? Mine's simple. I literally just have it set up for 30 yards, okay? If it's closer than that, I don't know. It's saying anything under 30 yards I'm pretty good with, so I can adjust accordingly. Shooter preference. Things are not going too good today, gangaroo. I gotta go get my release. What's a release? This is a release. Neat. So this is your standard release. Again, they come in a variety of different types of shapes, sizes, camouflage pattern perhaps. But I've actually had this one for 15 years and I love it. Tried other ones, absolutely root and toot and hate it. So I'm gonna continue to use this one until it goes extinct, or possibly it ends up in a horrific accident and I have to replace it. Or if I lose it, hopefully I don't. Seem to lose a lot of things, like my mind. Moving forward, next scene. So, let's talk about arrows. Now, arrow length is determined based off of your what? Very good, gangaroo. It's based off your draw length, I think. I'm kind of just winging it today. Bear with me. By the way, if you guys are new to the Kodiak Coos channel, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We got tons of cool stuff here planned in the old future. So, anywho, this should be about 27 inches long, right? You have these, which are called fletchings, the arrow nock or notch, and the field tip. Now, if you're hunting big game, you don't want to use the old field tip. You want to use a broadhead, okay? So essentially to fire, you take your arrow, you're going to seed it in the whisker biscuit, and you're going to turn your fletching so the white one, the oddball out, is going to be facing that away. See? Not that way, that away, okay? Next thing we got to do, attach your release and pull your bow back. So I got myself my nice square body posture. I got my bow, okay? I was also taught to not close your hand, to kind of just let it dangle there. That seems like unnatural perhaps, so maybe I should just keep my hand closed. But again, I'm not a professional. I just do this every year. So always start with the bow lifted in the air, draw back, keep your finger off the trigger of the release until you're ready to fire, aim up the sight, and release. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, so let's go ahead and take a few shots with her and see if I still got it. Probably not. Definitely not. Always make sure your field tips are nice and tight on there. Take that, you muffin smelling fart cake. All right, a little better. At the koshka. Now that is a horrible job, but that's why we come out here to practice, you see. Now all these arrows should be in kind of like a paper plate size pattern. Sure, you get the point. So we got to tighten that pattern up just a wee bit. Actually, not a wee bit, a lot of bit. Now, you also may be thinking, Kodiak Coos, is this the safest place to be conducting archery target operations? Hashtag operational security. Don't know why I added the security part. Sounded pretty legit though, am I right, ladies? Yeah, I mean, it's not a bullet. It's not gonna travel for like 60,000 miles, and there's nothing around us. If I miss, it's just gonna go right into the ground. So I think we're all right. Okay, a little better. Lot better. Definitely threw that one. Okay, so how these are that close, that's a rootin' tootin' darn good looking shot group, minus this one. I definitely didn't pull that one. Now, something very important when it comes to shooting archery is you want to have an anchor point. I think that's what it's called. It's been a while. Now, what an anchor point is every time you shoot your bow, you want to shoot it the exact same way. That's going to maximize potential for extreme accuracy. You see? Are you writing this down? or perhaps typing it on your typewriter, whatever the case may be, pay attention. This is interesting. I meant to say important, but I guess it is interesting too. Now, your anchor point, meaning every time I pull this bow back, this is just my anchor point, okay? You can do whatever you want. Go disco, perhaps, if that's your thing. But I'm gonna lock my knuckle right underneath my ear. So when I pull back, I'm gonna feel my knuckle right in the sweet spot. There's actually a pressure point there. Don't ask me how I know that. But anywho, so I draw, I feel that knuckle right behind my ear, and I fire the arrow. Oh, the wind's picking up. So once again, these two are decent. I could probably close that up. I definitely pulled that one, so that's not neat, but take that. But that's why we're gonna practice some more. So enjoy this neato mosquito montage. Good and you? So I would say that's probably the best we're gonna do today. But for the most part, I'm no expert, but they're pretty much in the shape, or if you put a paper plate down here, this would definitely be in the paper plate. We're shooting pretty much dead center, except my screw up here. So I would say I'm confident enough to go out and harvest some wild game with that. So overall, I would say today was a successful day. If you don't think that way, well then I guess you have the right to your own opinion. God bless the US of A, brother, or ma'am. Thanks for tuning in to another fantastic episode here of Kodiak Cruise. Hope you guys loved it. Hope you guys thought it was amazing. Make sure you guys let us know what you think in the comments down below. Give the video a like, and of course, subscribe. Until next time, you have yourself a Kodiak Cruise day.